cracking, y'all? You're back with another episode of the next show. It's your boy, Deli D, Felicio Jones. And on this one, things of nature to discuss are going to include a review of Week 7 in the NFL. So my picks, the 3 blunders that I had of the 13 games. I went 10 of 13 this week, which is pretty awesome. Back in the double-digit picks category, which is very nice. Get back on track there. LA Dodgers are your World Series champions, and I'm going to touch a bit on that whole Justin Turner thing with the mask off the field. Khabib Nurmagomedov destroyed. Well, I wouldn't say destroyed, but he definitely took out Justin Gaethje, and then he retired after because a very emotional retirement. Basically because his pops won't be able to come out to the ring with him anymore, and that's obviously something that was very important to him. He's old school Russian dude, so family is a big thing with him. Congratulations to Khabib on defending his title and retiring, and hopefully, maybe he goes into broadcasting or even coaching or something like his pops. He follows in his footsteps or whatever. So, whatever lies ahead for Khabib, obviously, he'll more than likely be successful at it, just like he was in his UFC career. As far as the GOAT conversation is concerned, we'll get a bit into that later on. So the first thing I want to talk about is Week 7 in the NFL. So the 3 fudge ups that I had, I would have to look at my NFL big board, but I know it was. This should give you a clue on it. It was the 3 games that were decided by 3 points or less. So you guys can look back at it on Google it, Week 7, and you guys will see that there were only 3 games that were decided by a field goal or less that I got wrong. So go back, look at my picks. But yeah, man, I mean, Atlanta just continues to choke games. I don't know what to say about that one. Freaking Todd Gurley, man. That's not, I see why the Rams cut you, bro. You're making too much money for being inept. And whatever, forward momentum, whatever. But, maybe it's on Gurley, and a lot of it is on the coaching staff, because Marcus Spears made a great point in his analysis of the situation, saying that they should have just knelt down, 2 kneels, run the clock. Then they have a minute or so to put up 9 points on the board. Good luck. Even with the timeouts or whatever. So, bad coaching, bad on the players all around. And what was the other game? Oh man, Arizona, Seattle. Like, wow, Seattle had so many chances to win that game, man. But ultimately, it's all on the shoulders of Russell Wilson, because he was ultimately the one that threw the interception, which led to them getting good field position and then winning the game finally. Arizona, that is. So that was pretty brutal. And the Steelers, yo. And I had the Titans. Once again, 3-point swing, could have gone either way. Titans had chances to win it, but ultimately the Steelers did. So, I don't know. I think I did a pretty good job for myself. 10 of 13, and then the other 3 games could have gone either way. Not too shabby. Now, watch out for Week 8 coming up, by the way. Week 8 picks. So still just waiting to see how the lineups are going to be and everything. Review the matchups, do my research, and see who I'm going to pick, and let you guys out there know. And now the other thing I wanted to touch on as well was the LA Dodgers, your 2020 World Series champions, and recently gotten back into the car collecting business. And thankfully for me, I was so lucky. First of all, I don't know how Mookie Betts didn't get MVP. When you got this guy out there like catching opponents' home runs, stealing bases, timely hits, home runs, doubles, anything you needed this guy to do as a all-purpose utility player, he was there. He was doing it. So, it is what it is. he still played, a heck of a World Series and a heck of a playoffs too. And now he's a champion with two different franchises in two different leagues on the East and West Coast. So good for Mookie Betts, and good for me for grabbing his commemorative medallion coin card. That was very fortunate of me to get that from a 2020 Top Series 2 blaster box. Very nice. So we're going to look back at this, hopefully Sophia will, 20, 30 years down the road, and maybe, show up fond memories of us, chatting about that. Knowing that it was, the COVID World Series and everything. So, and maybe it'll be worth some moolah for her too. But yeah, man, congratulations to the Dodgers, to Mookie Betts, the whole gang. And as far as my take on the whole Justin Turner thing with the mask, obviously from what I've seen so far, I tried to get this out there yesterday, but wasn't able to, unfortunately. But what I will say is, having listened to a few more people talk about it, on ESPN and Fox Sports, yada yada. I think that the general consensus is that nobody has a problem with him going back out onto the field to celebrate with his teammates for something that he's worked his entire life basically to achieve, and he is one of the longer tenure Dodgers. So, you feel for him in terms of like wanting to get out there and celebrate with his teammates and everything, but at the same time, man, it's like, that mask should have never came off once you came out there with it. Should never ever came off if you came back with a positive test like Mint came, and they had to remove you for safety protocol. Like that was ridiculous, and he should definitely be fined for sure, like a lot. And then that money should in turn be used to help COVID victims and everything. So that's my take on it. Nobody blames you, Justin, for going out there, celebrating with your teammates, but where you fucked up was like taking the mask off and leaving it off for extended periods of time, man. That's where you fucked up. So, if the commissioner is anything in baseball, expect a big fine to come down to Turner for that, because that's just ridiculous, and it's reckless, especially with what's going on now these days with how worried everybody's getting about COVID and everything. It just, like they were already having so many issues with COVID in the beginning with the Marlins and everything, and it's just like the optics of it for Major League Baseball is really bad. It looks really bad. But yeah, once again, congratulations to the Dodgers ending, I think, what was it, a 32-year drought or something like that, 22-year drought since 1988, I believe it was. Yeah, so 32 years, and who knows? Maybe they could repeat. I mean, clearly the best team won, and the team with the highest payroll won. So, it wasn't too much of a foregone conclusion. And then, everybody's talking about the whole controversy with Blake Snell. He was dealing. Should he have been left longer? Should he have been taken out? Analytics, yada, yada. I mean, if y'all want my take on that, for everybody out there watching, my take on that would be, I'm old school, man. So I would have just left him in if he was dealing, Like, I don't care what analytics say, man. Like, there's no analytics for heart and guts and pride and determination, and urgency is the word I'm looking for. You know what I mean? Like, there's no analytics that you can point to for any of those things. And Blake Snell looked like he had all that. He wanted to be the guy that helped propel them to a Game 7 to see if they could ultimately compete in a one-game winner-take-all scenario. And Ken Cash, or whatever his name is, the manager for the Rays, he effed up, yo. Definitely should have left Snell in there, in my opinion. I'm old school, so that's my take on it. But the Rays are definitely a contender. The Blue Jays better watch out. Their sorry ass management group better be able to do something, man, because the Rays aren't going anywhere. Neither are the Red Sox or the Yankees. They spend and they draft and they scout and they do everything well, and they have the money and resources to do so. So don't sleep on any of those teams. So I know the Jays got everybody's major league son on the roster. But what is the lineage if you're not winning? What is the heritage if you're not winning? I'll tell you what the heritage is when you're not winning. A franchise that leaves town, and then the fans have to beg and plead for it to come back. That's what your heritage is if you're not winning. So better get back on it, Blue Jays. But I digress. So Khabib, the thing I did want to say, for what I was talking about earlier when we were, just kind of discussing a bit about, what happened with the fight and everything and after. And I did want to say also, Justin Gaethje, just pure class coming over to him and saying, your pops is looking down on you, and he'd be very proud of what you did tonight and everything. And then, just Khabib, breaking down after, just thinking about the loss of his father and everything, and dedicating the fight to him and winning it and everything, and then retiring because, he won't be able to come out with his pops anymore. And I understand that it happened to this fight, but this was already agreed to and agreed upon while his father was still alive. So, he was contractually obligated to carry on the fight, even though his pops wasn't there with him. But, still though, like, the fact that he was so emotionally weighed by what was going on and still was able to go out there and be his, usual Khabib self, making, the best of the best, tap out. It's something that he can definitely be proud of, and it's something that a lot of fighters can aspire to, just in general, about overcoming adversity, and still remaining on top. So yeah, guys, and then some goof, I don't know, from Conor McGregor's camp had the nerve to send out a tweet or something, or Instagram picture of the two of them in a sparring session or something, and saying, the reason Khabib retired is because he's afraid of the notorious one or whatever, Conor McGregor. I don't think so, bud. How's Khabib gonna be afraid of somebody that he already made tap out like a bitch? I wouldn't be. I just make you tap out again, bitch. That's it. So I know what this guy's trying to do. It's not like he's gonna come out of retirement just to take on this goof that he's already beaten, man. He's got nothing left to prove. Nothing. What McGregor should be focused on is maybe trying to get back in the ring with Floyd and not getting his fucking ass kicked this time. That'd be pretty nice, eh? So maybe if he tries to figure that out, then maybe he can start working his way back to money fights and big contenders and everything. So just stop talking shit, man, and win fights. It's that simple. Win fights. Stop talking shit. All right, guys. So on that note, that's all I got for this episode. Stay tuned. The next one coming up is going to be Week 8 in the NFL. So watch out for my picks there. Maybe you'll agree with me, maybe disagree. Hit me up, of course. Like, share, and subscribe as always. So, as always, I want to give a shout out to my wonderful wifey boo, Kirsten. This show would not be possible without you. So thank you so much for all you do that for me and our baby girl, Sophia. Which leads me to that. Sophia, if you're watching this, baby girl, Daddy loves you very much. As always, I hope you're watching this, and I hope you guys out there are watching this too in YouTube land and beyond. So stay tuned, guys, for the next episode of the next show.